All right, I'm gonna record this one in some green and white for my Spartans. All right, so 1-1. We gotta know something with 1-1. You guys know any idea what that was? 1-1. What we're supposed to do in that very first thing? Functions of living things. All right, cool. Oh man, how do I remember those? Mrs. H. Gren. Cool. Thank you. Does anybody know what the M means? Movement. Can you briefly describe that? Things move, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. All right, this are in your. If you go by according to your notes, I kind of was thinking about this. Maybe it would have made more sense to switch them. Maybe you know why I'm saying that. Maybe you don't. If not, you will in a second. But this first R, maybe it'd be better to think of this as reproduce. So living things make more of its type of thing, right? What is the S? Any idea? Sensitivity. Any idea what that means? That's kind of like your classic responding to the environment. Okay, we can sense things. That's important for survival. What about the H? Homeostasis. Any idea what that means? Maintaining. It's actually the concept of just having a relatively stable internal environment. Okay, cool. And G is for cool. That's pretty self-explanatory. Things grow, they get bigger. So the second R, respiration. All right. And the E, excretion. And the N, nutrition. So the reason why I thought it was a good idea to switch the R's is because these three things go together. All right. Nutrition is like getting nutrients, things that we need to live. Respiration is really like using the nutrients for energy to do things. And then excretion, when we do that, there's going to be getting rid of waste, okay? So that's why those three things all kind of go together. Getting food, breaking down food fits into respiration and metabolism, if you've heard of that word. And then we got to get rid of the waste, okay? But that is 1-1, common functions of living things. What was 1-2? Okay? Both have to do with the body. Both have to do with our body systems. But there's a difference between the two terms. What about anatomy? What does anatomy mean? Okay? We think of this as the form, shape, location, just looking at objects. This would be, if we dissect, we do dissection, we can see things, we can see organs, we can see how they relate to other organs. Maybe they're connected by blood vessels or something. Maybe they're connected by tubes. But it has nothing to do with how they work. So the form is like the anatomy, how it's shaped, and the physiology is how it functions. That's the how part. So the anatomy is like the what, and the function, physiology, is the how it actually does what it does. A lot of times too, if we're comparing these, the physiology will depend on the function. Okay, in order for a body system to work properly, it's got to be set up right. So function a lot of times depends on the form. Wheels, they don't work well if they're made square. They need to be round to do their job, right? Okay, so form and function, form, anatomy, function, physiology. And that's why this class is called Anatomy and Physiology. All right. 1-3 on the quiz. You're going to have, so just to give you a heads up, on 1-1, I'm going to ask you to fill in those functions, briefly describe. It's a fill-in. This is going to be a short little, tell me the difference between anatomy and physiology. 1-3 is levels of organization. And this is also a fill-in. And you got to fill it in order from smallest to biggest. All right, so what was the smallest level? Atoms and molecules, which we just group into chemical. All right, so that's the first step. And then these chemicals all together, these bits and pieces, this matter makes up organelles. The organelles have specific life-giving functions that create our next level, which is the first, most simple level of living things, which is cellular, okay, cells. Cells, if I group cells together to do something, they make up tissues. And if I group tissues together, they make up organs. And if I group organs together, they make up organ systems, body systems, okay? And body systems all together will make up the organism. Okay? So you should be able to just fill those in. You don't have to talk about them, it's just a fill in. All right, everybody good on that? All right, and that takes us to 1-4. And so 1-4 is body systems. It's all going to be matching. And so what you need to know is just general overall function. Okay, which when we did the notes, that was all I gave you was general function. Just know what it does. But you should also be able to label a couple major parts, components of it. So can somebody tell me a body system? Urinary. Okay, so urinary, what does it do? Pee. Gets rid of waste. Liquid waste. Did we say anything else about it? What was it? Excess water, salts. And a lot of times these type of waste, we call them nitrogenous waste or nitrogen containing. That might help you. Okay, what's of another body system we have? What is it? Cardiovascular. And what does that do? Blood flow. Okay, blood needs to flow. This is basically our highway of the body. This is our infrastructure, how we get things from one place to another. Our roads and highways. It's for transport, right? Moving things around the body. Major parts. Any idea major part? Heart. Actually go heart and blood vessels. You said kidneys. Kidneys fit into which one? Do you guys know? Do you know another one for urinary? Bladder. And excretory would kind of go with that, right? Okay, do we have another one? Respiratory? What's that? Lungs? Cool, lungs, for sure. Trachea. Is it esophagus? Esophagus goes digestive system. What does the respiratory system do? Okay, breathing, right. And that what you say, gas exchange? What about digestive? Get nutrients. Stomach fits in there too. Cool. Yes, it does. Kind of. Stomach. It actually, so it splits up. We have two major body cavities. Okay, we have one in the back and we have one in the front. Um, we call the one in the front, the ventral body cavity, we have the chest cavity, which is called the thoracic cavity. That's what we have pressure changes in there because of the diaphragm moving. So the diaphragm separates the thoracic chest cavity from this, which is called the abdominal pelvic. We'll learn about that coming up. Yep. It definitely does contain, well, actually, so it's muscle. The diaphragm itself is muscle. So we would probably put that with muscular. That's another one, right? Muscular for movement, right? What else do we have? What's that? Yep. What is it? Lymphatic or lymphoid. I think I put it in the notes as lymphoid. That's like our immune system, right? We've got lymph nodes, lymph vessels. I think I put this stuff in your notes, all of it. There might have been a couple things I missed. Like I remember when I went through, like urinary, I didn't put down kidney and bladder as major organs. I should have components. Nervous. That's quick. Electrical communication, right? Um, if you put what? Well, on this quiz, your only choice would be heart and blood vessels. So if you put heart and blood vessels to muscular, then that would be wrong. But even blood vessels have very, very small muscles around them. Hmm. But you should know that the main idea is cardiovascular with heart, right? Brain spinal cord for this. And I am going to put this on Google Classroom, so it'll be there if you need to look at it later. You said skeletal. That's for support, right? It does work with the muscular system for movement. These are our bones. Also protects the body. All right. Which ones are we missing? Any idea what we're missing? What is it? Excretory pretty much goes to urinary. What is it? That goes to cardiovascular. Endocrine we need. This is glands and hormones, right? This is also communication in the body, but for long-term, slow communication. With the hormones, do that. All right. What else do we need? What about our hair, skin, and nails? Integumentary. That provides like a border. It's like border patrol. Um, like I said, hair, skin, and nails. Well, what are we missing here? Reproductive. Did you guys put any major organs down for those? Sex cells and hormones. You said penis. What else? Vagina. Testes. Uterus. Ovaries. Things like that. If you see what's there, you should be good for tomorrow's quiz. And I think that covers all the stuff you need to know right there. All right. So I'm going to upload this video right now and study, and good luck.